How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with a quick video. Just want to showcase my recently completed North American subset of golf games for the Sega Genesis. So what you're looking at here is all 11 of them. I am very confident that is all that there is. I do not think I'm missing any here. So I just wanted to quickly showcase the games. I'm not really going to talk in depth about each one, but I'm going to tell you which ones were harder to obtain than others and which ones I think are better than others. So starting here at the top, you've got the original PGA Tour Golf. Not very hard to get, not a very good game, doesn't hold up very well. PGA Tour Golf 2, very similar to the first one. Again, unless you're collecting for the subset, I would steer clear of these two. PGA Tour 3 is much better than the first two. It's actually a pretty good game, to be honest with you. PGA European Tour, very similar to these two. And then you've got here PGA Tour 96. Now this some would say would be the best of the bunch. This was a late release on the Sega Genesis. This one was pretty hard to obtain. I had to actually resort to eBay, I believe, to acquire this one. You do not see this one very often out in the wild. And that being said, you don't see Genesis games out in the wild very often, but when you do, again, if we're talking about sports games, it's very common to see these four. They were big sellers back in the day, but PGA Tour 96 not so much, because at this time the Saturn was on the market, and if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look, but I think even the Saturn may have gotten its own version of PGA Tour 96. So it is a very, I hate to use the word uncommon, but I mean, I don't see it too often. It's much more uncommon than these three. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to complete the subset. Now, Leaderboard Golf. This is actually a really good game. I would prefer playing this over the PGA Tour games, with maybe the exception of 96. Leaderboard Golf is a very friendly pick up and play, kind of arcade style golf game, so I really did enjoy that one. And that was a US Gold Sega Genesis Sega branded release, excuse me. Now we got the classic Arnold Palmer Golf. I'm not a huge fan of this game. This was one of the first games to come out on the Genesis, so very common golf game on the Genesis. And as a matter of fact, when you're out there hunting for golf games for the Genesis, this is one that comes up more often than not, to be honest with you. Pebble Beach Golf Links. This one was very popular back in the day. True Golf presents. This is one of my more favorite golf games on the Genesis. I really do enjoy this one. The SNES didn't get Pebble Beach Golf, I don't believe, albeit they did get the Super NES did get Wicket 18 Golf, which is very similar to Pebble Beach. Now, believe it or not, the Genesis did get Wicket 18, but only over in Japan, along with another game that's very similar to Pebble Beach Golf. I cannot remember the title of it. I think it takes place in Hawaii. Again, that was also released in Japan. So those are two exclusive releases to the Japan markets that we did not get over here. Chi-Chi's Pro Chip Golf, Chi-Chi's Pro Challenge Golf was very hard to find. This one was very friggin' hard to find. I don't know why. Really good game as well. I might go as far as to say this is the best one of the bunch, but for whatever reason, this one seems to command the most money. This one here typically retails for $20 or $30 Canadian, whereas all these other games are very cheap. You're talking $5, $10 games, with the exception of PGA Tour 96. But this one here, for whatever reason, it was quite expensive. So yeah, if you're on the hunt for again, Genesis golf games, this one for whatever reason was really hard to find. And then we've got here Power Challenge Golf Jack Nicklaus. Not much to say about that one. Fairly common, an accolade game. It's got the unique cart. Not crazy on it. I don't really go back to it. And then Zany Golf, which is you know, there's an asterisk next to it. It's not a traditional golf game in the sense, obviously, but you have to include this if you're going for the subset, right? So this one's kind of expensive as well, as you can imagine. It's very niche. It's a mini putt game, and I mean, it's not super expensive. I paid $15 for it, but it's relatively uncommon compared to, you know, say a PGA Tour Golf 2 as an example. So this is the last one I had to pick up to complete the subset. And so that's it. That's all 11 North American Sega Genesis golf game releases. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Just wanted to showcase this. It's pretty quirky. You know, I don't have a complete Sega Genesis, North American Sega Genesis collection, but I'm probably one of the only, if not the only person, aside from John Hancock in North America, that has a complete North American golf subset for the Sega Genesis. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.